Hi, welcome back to Open Hand Farm. Today, I got a text from a friend that set my heart racing. She was asking me questions about when to plant Napa cabbage and if she could just plant it in the ground or how to grow seedlings of it, when to plant daikon radishes, when to plant bok choy. And I thought, oh my word, it's almost the middle of January. I have spent the last 5 days in quarantine with COVID, and now I've got stuff I got to get done because it's the middle of January and that is time to plant onions. Last year I planted onions for the first time and they grew very well. Now I did not have the biggest onions, but this year my goal is to do a better job. So I need to get those onions started. But in thinking about onions, that made me think, well, I will need to start cabbages and different cold weather crops soon. So I just got all of my stuff out. I got out a calendar that I can write on here when I need to start seeds and when those plants need to be planted in the ground. I got out my bags of seeds that I had last year that have the date that they go into the ground. Now I need to go through these and make sure that they are true to the date because I might have just stuck a seed packet in there for some reason or whatever last year when I was in a hurry to do things. But I need to do that. And I need to see that I have seeds in those seed packets and I didn't just keep the seed packet empty so that I would remember what I wanted. So I need to update these bags. I bought new seeds from Azure Standard. And so I have been making pages for these in my garden notebook. So this is my onion page, and these are the ones that I planted last year, the yellow of Parma, as well as the Australian brown and the red of Florence. This year, I've added the Walla Walla, and that's supposed to be a really big sweet onion. So I'm gonna plant that one. And the Australian brown did the best for me last year, so I'm gonna plant that one also. And see, I noted that here so that I would remember. So I have a page for every kind of seed in here, and it tells when I should plant it, or when I should start the seeds, and then when I should put it in the ground. It has other notes like if it's frost hardy. It describes the variety and what is different about that. It has companion planting, characteristics that I need to look for, and just little notes like when to pick and stuff like that. So this has been very helpful to me. So what I'm gonna do now, and I also kind of draw just a little picture so that I know what it looks like. So now I'm going to go through this book. This is a new one I added this year, an early moonbeam watermelon. And I drew a little picture of it. It has a yellow flesh. So now I need to go through this whole book and I need to move my dates of the things that I want to plant onto my calendar. So I will do that. I've gone through seeds that I have used in the past and trying to decide if I want to use them again this year. I did not use them last year. So I'm trying to decide that. And then I do have some things that I want to plant this year, like the Spilanthes. It is a yellow flower that actually makes your mouth numb. So it's great for when you have a toothache or something. So that will go in my medicinal garden. I also want to grow some Malabar spinach this year. So a friend of mine saved seeds for me last year. So I want to get those started so I can transplant those in the ground. So I just wanted to touch base and share with you that it's time to plan your garden, you guys. It's time. It is going to be spring before we know it. And I am so excited. Scared because I know that every spring things go crazy. I do not get things planted when they're supposed to be planted. We either have too much rain or too much cold or whatever, and then I start to panic and think I'm not going to have anything in my garden. I know that's silly and I know it's wrong, but sometimes the feelings are just there. But that's okay because I plant them anyway, as early as I can get them in the ground, even if it's later than what I should have gotten them in the ground. And I've always had good luck. So if you are waiting for the perfect time as to when you should start planting your garden, now's the time. Last year, I made these little replicas of my garden on graph paper because we had some new areas and I wanted to know how I was going to use them. Well, we have even more new areas this year, so I need to make new garden plans. I need to retrace these because I'm going to do things differently. Plus, we've enlarged some of these as well, and we've taken out cow panels where we've had tomatoes grow before. So now they're going to a new area, so that's a whole new ball game where those tomatoes were. And before long, it's going to be time to go get some compost and manure and get that spread around, and then to rent a tiller and get that all tilled in. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's just like, you know, the little snowballs and they start rolling and they get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what this is. Once you start, you just got to go. You just got to go with it. It's fun and it's exciting. And about June, you'll be saying, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I'm so glad I did this. But until then, if you have a large garden, you'll be driving yourself crazy getting everything in there. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. So don't give up if you get behind. Don't give up if you don't get something planted. Just don't give up. Keep pushing through. Whatever you can plant, plant it. Whatever you can grow, grow it. And then you will be so happy that you did. I didn't want to take much of your time today. I just wanted to share with you how excited I am that garden time is almost here. I hope that you're excited about it too. So I will see you again. And until then, blessings on your garden planning.